Welcome, lately friends, to episode 3, where me and Aaron are going to speak about the process of everything, why it's taking so long, and a bit about how actually I met Aaron and how this business started.
and how it's moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to talk about why it's actually taking so long. You know, we never thought, myself and Aaron, when we started this business, we never thought it would have taken this long to get where we are. We thought we'd be running within the first couple months. But
No, sir.
no, sir. When you have a vision, you expect it. You have a plan, and it never pulls through to that plan.
Yeah,
It never
you
does.
always underestimate how long it's going to take in the different stages in the process. You
Exactly.
always are going to forget something, and it will come up later that you need to get sorted.
Yeah.
As we know a bit too well at this point, don't we?
Yeah. Exactly. And you go on, Carl.
No, go for it, brother.
And what I was gonna say is, you're probably asking, why is it actually taking so long to get this product to the market? And the fact is we're not doing a white label product. A lot of people do that. They get a product that's already manufactured, stick their label on, and sell it. We're actually formulating our own products. So it requires a lot of communications with different departments in the manufacturing company. And yes, that can take a bit of time. But the fact that the communications are quite slow from the manufacturer really holds us back. Sometimes we're an hour away in a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks just to get a response. We keep pushing, because we want to get this to the market as soon as possible. Me and Aaron, we hit a big accomplishment a couple of weeks back, and that was actually the way the sample turned out. Everyone loved it. They thought it tastes great, the benefits are great, and to us, that was such a good feeling. That we've actually accomplished a product. The way it is, it turned out better than I ever expected.
Of course, yeah, and like Ryan said, there's a lot of stages in formulating your own product, and you guys might be thinking, well, just get on the phone and get them to push it quicker, get the job done because that's what we're paying them for. You got to understand that we're on a very low budget and we simply do not have the power to push our supplier to the point where we're getting shit done really, really quickly. If we had a huge wad of cash waiting to be spent, then we could speed up the process. But we're at the bottom of the list, really, aren't we?
Yeah,
Not in terms of who's going to start production next, but we probably have the lowest budget that they've ever dealt with, really, or
yeah,
one of the lowest budget because
yeah,
it's an MOQ order, isn't it?
yeah. I think they have had startups like us. They've obviously gone successful, but I think the problem is the manufacturers are so busy. They're really creditable brand in UK. They deal with a lot of brands who branch out their products in Boots, Holland& Barrett, all these retail shops. So they're putting in big orders every week, every month. Really, really big orders. So as you can imagine, we're a startup. We're at the bottom of the priority list, but that's just how it is when you
It's just how
start
it
up.
is, yeah.
As I say, we haven't got the biggest budget, but we're playing the cards that we've got pretty
Yeah,
much.
I guess very low amounts of money equals you're coming last
Yeah,
in terms of production because these people are just about making money at the end of the day. It's a business and that's how it works. They're going to put their highest paying customers before the lower paying customers.
and it's simple, isn't it?
Yeah, it's simple. I mean
It's simple.
that's it. You
So
know.
so tell the viewers, like, actually, what actually is taking so long. What is it?
So there's a couple of things at the minute which we suspect is why it's taken so long. We had the label problem. This was the label format and all this laying out and everything, which we had to get a third party involved to simply do it because we didn't have the tools or the platforms to do it on. So that took about a decent amount of time, didn't it? I mean, it took us a couple of days to get this sorted, but now they've got to go and print it and get it done. And it kind of ties in with what I was saying a minute ago. We're obviously going to be pushed back in the list of who starts production first.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
communications with the manufacturer have been very slow. As I say, we're waiting 3 weeks, 1 week, so it really slows things up. There's a lot of things that need to be tweaked. Maybe some copy on the actual label needs to be changed, and then that we send that off. Then it comes back. Okay, this needs to be done. It's all a waiting game. I think if we didn't have to wait for our manufacturers, we'd be selling right now.
Yeah.
And
If it was up to the speed that we move, then we'd
yeah,
be selling now.
exactly, because like it gets a bit not like boring, but it's just you have to be so patient. You have to be so patient with this, and it's not a quick process like people think it is.
It's
So,
not.
so
It's difficult when you got to be patient because Ryan and myself, we like to move quite quickly. We like to be smashing out jobs constantly. So you feel a bit useless, don't you, when
well,
you're
yeah,
not when you haven't got things to do. We've been focusing a lot on content recently, and we feel like we need to push this product as soon as possible. So it's been quite difficult for me. I speak for myself here. You know, you get a bit lost in the process, don't you? And I know
exactly,
you do
yeah.
as well.
That's what's like. When you start business, you know what I mean. It's just people expect to see results instantly, but it's not. It takes like 4 to 5 or even to 6 or 7 years for a business to establish. So you guarantee that in the first 2 years, you're not going to be making much profit at all.
No,
And that's just how it is. Um, I feel like it's just a path that some people choose. You know, what I mean, it's not for everyone.
no.
That's just how it is. We've done this because we want to inspire people to invest themselves, and there's big vision. We've got big dreams, big ambitions, and we will execute them all in
Yeah,
great time,
yeah,
all
we
in
will.
time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So apart from that, that's where we're at. Really, we just the samples took a long time. That took 14 days for it to arrive. We had to get it tested by our influencers. That took another 2 weeks. Then we went on reply,
So
and
we
then the labels.
so yeah, the labels, and there's also another slight problem. I wouldn't call it a problem, just something that needs overcoming is the raw ingredient prices. We specified a price per unit when we spoke to this manufacturer, so they need to meet that now because that's signed. They said it's good, and obviously due to inflation and prices booming on everything, the raw ingredients price has gone up. So they need to make that right and get it to the price per unit that we agreed with.
Honestly, when you think about it,
This
Aaron,
so
yeah,
this is it's not complicated, but the reason why it's taken so long is because we're waiting, then it's them, and they're the middleman, and then it's their suppliers, and maybe even a supplier after that. So there's huge amounts of communication going between every single section. That's why it's slow. No,
but honestly, when you think back, Aaron, would you have thought it had taken this long?
no,
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 but it's
uh,
crazy. We had like once a concept that we done a lot of research, but it just wasn't there. There was no way it was going to happen,
no.
So we had to adapt so many times, change so many little things. That's why it's taken so long. And it takes, for a pin to be moved, for progress to be made, you're looking at about 3 weeks. It can be the slightest change.
Yeah,
So really, what you can do about it. You just
no.
got to kind of ride the wave, you
Ride
know
the
what I mean?
wave, man. Yeah,
That's how it is.
just get good at surfing, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we're at pretty much. I'm praying. Hopefully, we get the sample packaging soon, and then after we get that, we'll be doing the photo shoot, going to a studio, taking some professional photos. Then there's a website that gets created, and then all while that's being done, the product should be in the process of
Yeah, of course.
manufacturing.
I mean, we get a lot of people asking about when the product's going to be released. You've said 2 months. I mean, it's probably going to almost be hitting that deadline now since we said 2 months. All we can say is we're genuinely sorry. We want this product as much as you do. We want to get it onto the market. You know, this, like we said, it's not easy, but it's going to be well worth the wait. We promise you that.
And it's annoying when you hear people say, "Well, they ask, can I buy the product? Buy the website?"
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not even ready to yet. You know what I mean? It's
And
frustrating.
it's people that you've told before as well.
Yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
people who they've asked 3 or 4 or 5 times, and you've got to tell them that it's just not ready yet. It makes me feel shit inside because I'm we're supposed to be the providers, and we're not providing yet. But all in due
And
course,
it
you
probably
know.
just make you think, what are people's perceptions on us? We said that we're going to have a product in a couple of months' time.
Yeah,
They probably think we're not serious. But
yeah.
obviously, that's not the case at all. And I think that's just one of the hard truths in life or in business. You know what I mean? It never really is going to turn out the way you expect it to. You just got to kind of ride the wave, as Aaron said. And I think, like, for example, it's like going into a pitch black dark room, right? That's an example. Yeah, it's literally going into a pitch black room,
You love that analogy, don't you?
huh?
You love that analogy,
Yeah,
don't
because it's so
you?
true. It's like going to a pitch black dark room, trying to find the door the other side. You don't know where it fucking is, but you keep walking, you keep pushing forward
Yeah.
until you find that fucking exit. You know,
Yeah, of course, yeah.
and that's what it's like in business
It,
and in a lot of things. You
it's
know,
never, ever, ever going to be as straightforward as you
no,
first perceive.
no.
Like, anyone who wants to start supplements or just any kind of business for that matter, there's going to be a lot of rocky roads in the way, you know.
And a lot of them might make you think, just is it worth it? I might just give up. And that's where your why comes in, why you're actually doing it. And I think our why is so strong that no hurdle can break us, no hurdle can stop us, you
No,
know?
no,
We are
no,
pushing through to the end, and this is how it is. We don't give up, you know?
no, we won't.
We won't.
Laylift is going to take off. We'll
It's
make
gonna
sure of
boom.
it.
It's gonna boom.
So, guys, that is the latest update. Obviously, we're going to try and keep you updated on every single step that we're at through these YouTube videos. So, go follow, go subscribe, and go like. Plus, follow us on our Instagram if you do not already. If you want to join Facebook groups, there's active Facebook groups. So just give us a message and we can send you the link. So thank you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we shall keep you updated.